Okay, I want you to take your hands and go like this for me. And just focus all of your concentration in between this area right here. And I want you to imagine, visualize, or pretend that on your fingers are magnets. And they are the magnetic poles are attracting to each other. And I want you to just find that your hands are beginning to close together. They are beginning to come together through this magnetic force. You can imagine that, can't you? Yeah, and see how they're coming together. And you're not doing anything to make this happen. No. They're just doing it on their own. And as soon as they touch, they will close and snap shut, and they will become locked tight together. They will become locked tight together, and you can try to break them apart and find that they just will not come apart. That's right. They just will not come apart. Good. Now stop testing. And on the count of 3, I'm going to release those fingers. The next time you hear me say the number 3, they will release easily and effortlessly. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How did that feel for you?
Weird.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was going on through your mind when I was doing that?
Well, you were saying that there was magnets in my fingers, and I was just listening to you, but as you were talking, I just saw my hands starting to come together.
Right. And was there anything, did you make them go together, or did you just feel them coming together?
I was just like watching them come together.
So now this is an example of waking hypnosis, which is different than waking suggestion. This is waking hypnosis, and we do waking hypnosis all the time when we do suggestibility test. Hi, I'm Stephanie Conkle, clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm about to show you how to do hypnoanesthesia, glove anesthesia, using waking hypnosis. So if you can do that, which most of us are already doing if you're a clinical hypnotherapist, then or stage hypnotist, if you can do that, then you can also achieve glove anesthesia simply with waking hypnosis. And I'm going to give you an example of that right now. Okay. So do you remember what it feels like to go to a dentist and the dentist just completely numbs your face? Do you remember what that feels like when he uses the anesthesia to numb your face? Can you lock your mind around that idea of what it feels like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And would you like to feel that sensation today? Because next time you go to the dentist, you can actually use this, and it would be much more comfortable for you. Okay. And they won't have to use as much anesthetic, if any, on you. Okay. Would you like to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Good. So I want you to know that it's possible. Lock your mind around the idea. Imagine, visualize, or pretend what that would feel like for your jaws to be completely anesthetized. And just let me know when you've locked your mind around that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's there? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So in a moment, I'm going to stroke your jaw 3 times. And when I stroke your jaw 3 times, that part of your jaw is going to go numb. All right? It's going to be completely anesthetized. Are you ready? Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use the left jaw to start with because the left side of the body is controlled by the right side of the brain. So it just makes it a little bit easier, more powerful for the imagination to take over and then to make it happen. Okay. So this is the right side. And is it okay? Do I have permission to touch you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Always get the permission. All right. So in a moment, this is going to be very quickly. It's going to be very fast. It's going to be a very fast process. And you're going to know that there's nothing that you're doing to make it happen. It's just going to happen. You want this to happen, don't you?
Yes.
Now, because you're always in control, so you can stop it at any time if you don't want it to happen. But you do want it to happen, right?
Yes.
You do want to be hypnotized, and you do want to feel the sensation of nothing.
Yes.
Or maybe like either no sensation at all, or maybe like that pins and needles feeling, like when you've slept on your arm, right? Or you've stuck your hand in the snow and it goes cold and numb. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that
definitely.
sensation. Okay, so we're going to do that now. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Completely anesthetized. All right. Now we're just going to give it a little bit of a test. So I'm going to take a pencil Is it okay if I test you using this pencil?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm just going to, all right, the feeling's gone.
It's numb.
Okay, so now the feeling is numb. It's not completely gone yet, but we can increase the sensation. And with most people that you hypnotize, you will get, they will have a sensation. And now you can actually deepen the sensation even further. And I'm going to deepen it once more just by stroking your jaw 3 more times. Would you like that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, gone. Okay, now the sensation should be pretty much gone, if not completely. Gone.
Definitely number.
All right, a lot number. So, and just for comparison, we're going to try this side of his face. That should feel a lot sharper.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit sharper, but it definitely, you can definitely tell a difference, okay?
Yeah.
You can tell a difference?
Mm-hmm. I can.
All right, let's do it one more time. And 1, 2, 3, gone. Okay, even my jaw is numb now from that suggestion.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So I've got him where I want him. I'm going to test it out a little bit more. And don't worry, I've got some tweezers here, but they are surgical tweezers. And I'm going to test the skin. It's a little bit sharper than the pencil. And you can even see that this part of the skin is coming up. No sensation. Right? Okay, and you can even test it out yourself. I'm going to give it to him. He can test it out himself to know that I'm not going easy on him. So he can test it out himself. What does that feel like?
It's numb. It's weird. It's like I had to like really dig into it to really start feeling something.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's weird.
And then the more you practice, the more numb it will become. Now here's the next cool part about this is called transference. Now since you're in control, I want you to have all of the control, meaning that you'll be able to do this to yourself anytime. So here's the cool thing. We're going to transfer this numb, tingling feeling. We can either make it go across the whole mouth or we can make it go from one side to the other. What would you like to do?
Whole mouth.
The whole mouth, okay. All right. So I'm going to take this and just slide it over the whole mouth and the whole jaw. Just sliding it. Okay. And I'll stroke this side 3 times. 1, 2, 3, gone. Okay. Now test that out. You can pinch it. I'm going to test it first with a pencil. Yeah, I can even see that your mouth is drooping. How does that feel?
Mushy.
Mushy, okay. Good. And then I'll get the surgical tweezers. And you can see me pulling the skin up. How does that feel?
Mushy.
Mushy. Okay, good. Okay. And then that can stay as long as you want it to stay there. All right. I will give you a release word too so we can release it, but I'll do that at the end. Now let's transfer it again. I would like to transfer it into your right hand. So, excuse me, I'm going to transfer it to your left hand if that's okay. Because again, the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. So we're going to just transfer that now. Would you like for me to transfer it into this hand? Okay, we're going to transfer that now. Do you want to move it or do you want to keep it in your jaw?
We can move it.
All right, we're going to move this whole thing. All right, down your arm and into your hand. And now I'm going to fit this over your hand just like a glove. So that your whole hand now is beginning to become numb and tingly. Just like putting your hand in snow or ice or sleeping on your hand, and you remember what that feels like, don't you? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. In 3, 2, 1, turning off the sensation now. Okay. Now you can open your eyes. And what does your hand feel like?
Tingly.
Tingly, okay. And we're going to test it again with a pencil.
Weird.
Weird. And every breath you take, and every word I say, makes it even more tingly in the sensation. It gives you more of the sensation that pins and needles feeling. Until it's completely gone. All right, and I'm going to take the surgical tweezers. And his hand is really loose. It's almost like it's dead in my hand. It's definitely dead weight. And then you can see me pulling the skin there, and I'm actually doing it pretty tightly. How does that feel?
I don't feel anything.
Nothing. Okay. So now you have the glove. This is the glove. Mm-hmm. And with this glove, you have control. So anywhere on your body, all you have to do is, let's try it back on your jaw again. All you have to do is stroke your jaw 3 times, and it will transfer that sensation into whatever part of the body that you stroke 3 times.
Okay.
All right, so be careful when you stroke.
Yeah.
Let's try your jaw. So we're going to always test, make sure that we're doing, like he could barely even lift his hand up, but your arm has sensation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And just let me know when you feel a complete numbness in your jaw. Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. There. So now you have this magical glove. I'm going to call it your magical glove. You have this magical glove at your disposal. Anytime you want the magic glove, you can always put it on and use it. All right?
Okay.
Now I do want to release you from these suggestions. So I'm going to try to think of a unique word, just something that he doesn't hear every day, to release him from this. When I say, in a moment, I'm going to say just sort of a silly word, and when you hear this silly word, you will be released from all of these suggestions, and all of your senses will be operating normally and fully. All of your senses and sensations will be switched back on the next time you hear me say Scooby-Doo. Ready, and Scooby-Doo. All right.
Okay.
You feel it? Back?
Yeah, that was weird. I did feel like a release on my hand or something.
Yeah, pretty cool, isn't it?
And I kind of, even in my mind, transferred most of the energy back to my jaw, but even when you said that, I felt it leave my hand.
Yeah.
More so.
Yeah. So here's your magic glove, and anytime you want it, all you have to do is just slide it on your fingers, just like a glove. You can keep it in your pocket. You can keep it in your invisible pocket.
Okay.
It will always be with you. And whenever you need it, you can just pull it out of your pocket, and then you just slide it over your fingers. So this is a really good process to use on children. And if you're testing with children, just use the pencil. Don't use anything, surgical for a child. All right. Thank you so much for.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was great.
Okay. Now you have a new tool to use.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.